Chinch, we're back at it, bro.
There he is. This is almost like the Friday show is almost becoming like the Antique Road Show. Casey's always on a trip. Where in the world is Waldo? Where are you right now for our fans?
Dude, I'm in Girdwood, Alaska right now, bro. You kidding me? Girdwood, Alaska, and I'm like, I'm in my car because first off, I'm staying at this resort called the Alaska Resort, which is so nice. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, there's not great Wi-Fi in the resort, so I came to the parking lot. But in the parking lot, I guess in the summer, there's a million of these little bugs that like you go outside and they like swarm you. I don't know if they love my body or whatever, my hairy body, or like we love this guy.
That's like the
and so that's why I'm in the car. I'd rather be like on a mountain right now, but I'm in a car because I'm getting bit by these bugs.
Oh no, that's like the autograph seekers that Luis Gonzalez had after him. What did you call them?
The green flies. We call the autograph seekers and the biggest, the green flies. Like, dude, how many green flies are outside? Like, oh, there's 40 green flies out there.
That's funny. Wait, I have many questions about this. You're in Alaska. What are you eating? Did you eat the Alaskan king crab? Is that everywhere? What do you eat?
I ate the Alaskan king crab the other day. You know, you've seen that show, Deadliest Catch?
Yeah. Oh, great show.
Sarah got what'd she get? She got a half order the other day. Like it said market price, and I'm like, listen, when you do that, you don't know what you're gonna. It was like $100 or something, $50 for a half freaking two crab legs. What a joke! Anyway, it was ridiculous. And then I've been eating a lot of halibut, a lot of really good Alaskan halibut out here, and I've had salmon too. It's been really good.
Wow, oh, that's right, salmon. You see any bears and shit? Shit like that.
Dude, I literally this morning when I FaceTimed you earlier, I was on a hike with Sarah, and we're going by this water. I swear to God, bro, I don't know if I was freaking myself out because I'm like, I had bear spray in my pocket. Sarah had a bell. Sarah had a bear bell. Oh, I had a bear horn. I had a bear horn ready to go, dude. And then I thought I heard a bear, and I jumped, and I go. She goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "Did you hear that? The bear something just growled at us." She's like, "Nothing's growling at you." Just sit. I go, "Ah, God." I think I'm freaking myself out.
That's unbelievable. I saw some pictures. You guys got to go to Sean's Instagram page. It's freaking ridiculous. That place looks ridiculous.
Bro, it is so nice out here. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it is so nice.
Wait,
ridiculously nice.
And then you did something that I don't think I would ever do. And you sent me videos. I got nervous. What'd you do?
We booked zip lining out in Seward, which is a nice little town right on the water.
Yeah.
We went zip lining, bro. It was me, my girlfriend Sarah, my daughter Carly, my daughter Jillian, who's 12, and my son Andrew, who's 20.
Yeah. And
bro, I thought it was gonna be like, just having fun, like the zip line when I'm in 4th grade, 5th grade, like Boys Elementary School. I mean, Eisenhower Elementary School. No, dude, we were up in the mountains first off. And we were up so high on these trees, we were zipping down. And so I'm coming back from shoulder surgery. Oh, right. I fell off the bike like 6 weeks ago with my buddy. It still hasn't healed.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, but I don't want to be a total wimp. So I'm like, I gotta suck it up for my kids. Like I gotta show that I'm the leader of the pack, So we do like the first like trial run, and I was like, man, I really didn't go that well. So the first one, when we get up into the trees, the lady's like, "Do you want?" I was like the first one in line. She's like, "Do you want to go first?" My dad always said, "Don't ever go first. Always go second."
That's good.
So you can make sure what you can see what guys did right and wrong, and then you can do better the second time. So for whatever reason, I go first, bro. And they give you this like leather, like pad on your glove, so when you can grab the zip line to slow down. Oh. So I mean, Chinch, bro. You're ripping, dude. And meanwhile, the thing kind of grabs your nuts a little bit, like, and you're like, so I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm like, I'm like, this isn't that comfortable.
Right.
I'm ziplining in the mountains of Alaska, dude. I'm flying down. I'm like, I'm kind of, it's kind of awesome, but kind of not at the same time. Yeah. So I get to the end, bro. I'm 230 pounds. I come zipping in, bro. God, this girl, and so there's one instructor waiting for you, telling you to brake. And there's another instructor, that throws you down. These girls are probably like 23, 22. They're probably 20, 21. Yeah. They're college students that are doing this for the summer. Well, here I come, 47-year-old freaking just runaway train with the freaking like a cow on ice, come flying out. I'm like, and I can't stop her. She's giving me the down. She's like telling me I'm fighting the third. She's like, get down, get down. I come in, bro. I cannot stop, Chinch. I'm coming in full freight train. I'm like, oh God. I come in, dude, and I grabbed the line, and it won't stop me.
Oh my God.
I come flying, and I drop kick the girl. She goes like backwards.
I was just honest.
Dude, don't forget, we're up on a ledge.
I know. I get it. Good.
Yeah. This is like the Midnight Express versus the Road Warriors back in the 80s in the scaffold match in Starcade 86. So I'm like, oh my God, she almost. So then I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I basically stopped because I ran into the tree. I'm like, boom. So I'm like, this isn't gonna go well. I can't. And she says to me, bro, she's like, I feel like I got scolded at school. She's like, sir, she's like, if you can't learn to stop, you're going to have to get down because it's dangerous. I go, you're right. It is dangerous for me, for you, for everybody. So dude, I turn around. I feel like I just got scolded. Here comes my 12-year-old daughter just, boom, she sticks the landing like freaking, like Sean Johnson, freaking, in the Olympics. Next thing you know, boom. Here comes my 16-year-old daughter, Carly. She nails it. Here comes Sarah. Here comes Ed. They all nail it. I'm like, you guys, no one had problems stopping. They're like, no, only you idiot. I'm like,
professional athlete's the only one that's
dude, the only professional athlete can't stop me. Like, it was like me when I used to dive into second base. Like, most ungraceful thing ever. Like, I hit a ball in the gap. I'm like diving into second. Legs are everywhere. It's ridiculous. So, dude, I finally got the hang of it, but not really. The third one, bro, I got to start talking to myself, like using the tools I use in life. Like, okay, deep. It was great when your 12-year-old daughter's starting to coach you. Like, all right, Dad, deep breath. And I'm like, man, I'm too old to be up here. I am too old to be up here. Anyway, dude, I got it. The next one was a 30-second zip line, Chinch. 30 seconds going down the zip line, and you're rolling, dude. No. And you got the mountains on your right. You got water underneath this one pond. And bro, I end up figuring it out. Like, I was like, literally, all right, slow down. You're take a breath. So I end up figuring out how to stop, and like they started cheering me on, like I was like a 5-year-old girl, that, whatever, 5-year-old little kid that just got ice cream or something. So it was unbelievable. It was such an adrenaline rush, but it was an experience to say the least.
Oh my God, you're like the kid in like Little League basketball who doesn't play the whole year, and in the last game they put him in and he hits a layup and the entire crowd goes crazy.
Like, give it to Casey. Give it to Casey. He hasn't had a point all year.
Yes, I saw that. I was a maniac when I was younger, and I mean, I would have done anything.
Right.
And I liked roller coasters. I've never actually bungee jumped. I never actually jumped out of a plane, but I was like, oh, I'll do it. I have such bad luck, number one. And number two, like, the 1 in 7 million chance that, like, you're on a roller coaster and it stops upside down, I guarantee I would be on that roller coaster. Zip line, if I did that zip line thing and it was a 30, whatever, the long one you said, I guarantee I somehow would get stuck in the middle. And they would have to like fly a helicopter to get me out. I just don't trust my luck enough to do that stuff. I'm glad you did it though.
Dude, I was thinking, Chinch, it's so funny you say it, because my son Andrew, who's exactly doing what you used to do, right. 20 years old, he calls me like last week. He's like, Dad, he goes, I'm going skydiving tomorrow. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, I'm going skydiving. I already paid for it. I'm making it happen. I'm taking action. I go, well, good for you, dude. Like, my stomach's turning as we're having this conversation. But, bro, he did. He went up 13,000 feet, him and a couple buddies, freaking jumped out of the sky. He's like, it was the most unbelievable thing he's ever done.
You had to have been like, you were definitely like, call me as soon as you hit the ground, right? Were you just terrified? Oh, dude, yeah, you were like, terrified until we heard it from him.
Yeah, he did. Dude, he called me right away. But what's funny was when we were up there on the zip line, and I pulled him aside. I go, bro, how did you jump out of a plane?
I know.
You gotta be shitting me. Like, I'm scared to do this 30-second zip line. I'm fully harnessed in. Everything's safe. I'm scared to death. I'm getting yelled at by a 21-year-old college student telling me I got to get down if I don't start breaking better. I was like, I'm terrified right now. He's like, Dad, you just got to do it. I'm like, oh, my God. So, but no, the feeling of being 48 up there is so different than when you're like 12, 20.
Oh, yeah, you'll do anything back then. Stupid
kids. Do anything, yeah. Now I'm like, dude, now I told you a couple weeks ago I rode my bike, fell off, and I've been hurting ever since.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, so I'm like, I don't even want to ride bikes anymore.
Yeah, it's so funny you say that. I was my godson Luke. He's just started playing baseball, so I went over to his house the other day. I'm playing with him and I'm throwing him pop-ups, whatever. And he's like, throw it higher, throw it higher. I kept throwing it higher, kept throwing it higher. And then he like ran all the way to the other side of like this huge field we're on. And he's like, reach me here. And I was like, I looked at him, I'm like, I can do this. I could definitely do this. And I go, but I will need reconstructive shoulder surgery the immediate next day. And I'm like, you know what, Luke, come on back a little further. I'm not in real arm throwing shape right now. I don't want to get hurt. I hate being hurt now. Back in the day, you know, you could tear your groin. You probably didn't even know about it. You and I, especially, I bet, when you're like 10, 12 years old, I would never tap out of anything in any pain unless somebody was like, son, your arm is hanging off the side of it. You can't play.
You're unconscious. Okay. You're unconscious. Yeah.
But nowadays, oh my God, I kink my back. I don't get out of a chair for 3 days now because I just want that pain to be gone. That was terrible. Getting old is terrible. Oh my God. Hey, so last night we did.
Dude, yesterday.
Oh yeah, you got more. Go.
Well, dude, yesterday I went to the spa here. It was so nice, and I brought my son with me. We went in. It was like. First off, the massage was like $220. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I was like, I just want to do the cold plunge and then the hot tub. Like, all right, it's $79. I was like, all right, I'll do that. So anyway, dude, they got the cold plunge, which is unbelievable, and the benefits of cold plunge are unbelievable. They talk about when you're I got a cold plunge at my house too, which is pretty awesome. Wow. But in the cold plunge at the house, when you do stuff that's hard in your brain, right? Mm-hmm. The benefits of that cold plunge, your dopamine goes up by 250 to 500% for like the next few hours after you get into that cold plunge. Man, yesterday we cold plunged and then we went cold plunge sauna, cold plunge hot tub, cold plunge, like back and forth, the contrasting. Man, I felt great and I slept like a baby last night.
That's awesome. Yeah, I do. I can't, when I wake up in the morning, I have to shower before I do anything. Otherwise I can't, I'm just not functional. And I spend the last 2 minutes, I just crank it straight to the ice cold water, and I just take it. But once I get out of the shower, my day, I can jump out. I could jump off an airplane like we were just talking.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
I wouldn't do that. but I do have more energy. I do have more energy.
A cold shower. I've been doing those cold showers are huge. They're huge. They do. It gets your endorphins going, your dopamine. It's pretty awesome.
It's good. That's actually good for your skin. Wait, where are we going with this? It's good for your skin, and it's good for what is it? Hydration. You hydrate more with cold water. And by the way, hot water makes your hair grow too fast. That's it. This is the mayor's office with Sean Casey.
You need to get some hot water on there. There you go.
Yeah, I do. Hey, so I got to tell you about my night last night. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable night. Can I explain? All right. First,
tell me.
And anybody can come at me if you haters out there. It's called the Mixtape Tour. Headlined.
Oh, dude, I'm in.
New Kids on the Block headliners. Which, first of all, Donnie Wahlberg is amazing. Like, I can do anything. I can't believe I'm saying this right now.
He's the stars in Blue Bloods, and he's also still dancing in New Kids.
Yes, and like
wait, we're back. Back. No, that's Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, no.
What's the
I'll give you one that you know that you probably jam to, like when you're in high school. No.
What's the big one though? They got a big one.
They got tons of big ones. Whoa,
hanging tough.
Yeah.
I met Joey McIntyre one time at a concert. At a charity event in Boston.
Really? He's great. The guy, Jordan, nice Jordan Knight, that dude loves himself, man. All he does is touch himself. Like, there are certain songs that these guys sing that it's like watching Magic Mike. I turned to Jess at one point. I'm like, are we at like a soft porn conference? Like, this dude's grabbing himself, and every woman from age 44 to 65 is like, wow, crazy. Like,
dude, was it packed?
Packed house. Now, first of all, Vin Rock, Naughty by Nature, was like the DJ and a warm-up guy, and I got to meet him, and he was the coolest guy in the world. Naughty by Nature. My boy's there. Field and Flow.
Oh, dude, I love it. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me.
These guys.
There we go. Dre, drop a load on it.
That's different. That's Snoop Dogg. All right, so then...
Oh, it is.
What you're singing.
Wait. Naughty by Nature. OPP. They also sang.
OPP, Feel My Flow, which I just started playing, and then they also there are tons of songs.
Wait. There's another good one. It's called
They have billions of good songs.
Oh, man, I used to sing it. 1992, I believe, on the way to the Whitfield Championship game in Upper St. Clair. Where all I listened to was Naughty by Nature.
Okay, well there's more. Guess who else was there? Salt and Peppa.
Oh yeah,
which was
bro!
Amazing. They sang everything. What a man.
Yeah. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man, what a mighty good man.
N Vogue, remember them? Free your mind and the rest will follow.
The rest will follow. Yeah, I like them.
And then, however, the highlight of the show, it wasn't even close. And I will go to my grave saying, I am so glad I saw this guy play. And it was this guy.
Oh, Rick Astley.
Yes.
Rick Astley. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye.
And this one too.
Tell a lie to you, Chinch, and
this song.
you.
Together forever. What's that? Jess loved it, dude. Yeah, well, Jess is a huge New Kids fan. Plus, we watch Blue Bloods. We love that show. Our whole families love the show. So, and they're everywhere. It's like 4 stages. It's almost like being at like a Vegas show. So, like the New Kids would finish like one set of like 8 songs, and then all of a sudden, like right behind you, another set would pop up, and like Salt and Pepper would come up. And then
come on, dude.
I'm telling you, it is. I don't care what anybody says. If you are a fan of like late 80s, early 90s music, you have to see that. You have to see this show. It would.
Dude,
I would put it up against.
Going.
I would put it up against a Vegas show. Like at one point, I was like, this is like probably what like Britney Spears concerts are like. Sometimes fire everything.
Wait,
like,
so how many stages do they have going?
So they have a main stage. This is at the new UBS Arena, which is where the Islanders play now, where the Triple Crown is, the Belmont Stakes, the third leg of the Triple Crown. And it's only 15 minutes from our house, which is amazing. They did a great job. They built it up. There's restaurants and stuff. But so there's a main stage, and it's kind of in around. It's not huge. I bet it's like maybe 15,000 tops could fit in there. Mm-hmm. And so there's a main stage, and then they have a stage right like in the middle. Like towards the back middle of like the floor seats that just comes up, and it's a circle, and that was like 6 rows behind us. So whenever anybody was playing there, and they would all alternate, they would go to different places, but then like especially the New Kids, they'll just split up and they just start walking around the stands. And I mean like get up to like the second level, you know, hugging little kids, taking selfies during the concert. It is anybody should go, bring kids, bring young kids, bring teenage kids, and I guarantee it was so good.
Who was the headliner? New Kids or
New Kids. They've been doing this for a few years now. No, but they made. I give them credit. Like first of all, they all had their own time, and they all had multiple sets. They all did at least 2 sets, whether it be 3 or 4 songs, or New Kids would have 7 or 8 songs. I can't believe I'm so excited about this, but I don't care. It was great.
Dude, I'm excited. I love that. I love all those guys.
Dude, they were great, and they all sound great. And the coolest thing is like Salt and Pepper. I think they're like in their. I don't want to offend them, but I think they're in their like late 50s, early 60s. Yeah. But like
they're ripping.
It's like 2, like grandma age women out there just crushing it, and they sound so good. And Vogue sounded so good, and they've been around for so long too. And Rick Astley, it's. Holy moly, he's so good. He was amazing. I'm gonna download all this music.
You're screaming, Rick! I love you, Rick.
Yeah. Oh, so and then they're running by Donnie Wahlberg was coming past us, and I sound so weird telling these stories right now. Donnie Wahlberg.
You sound like a groupie.
Yeah, I know, but he's going past us, and me and Jess had these T-shirts, like these Blue Bloods T-shirts on, and I was like, "Hey, Donnie!" I go like this, and he gave me a high five. I'm excited, dude.
Made it.
I have met some of the greatest baseball players in the history of the game. Pedro Martinez, I consider a friend. John Smoltz, I consider a friend. You've introduced me to Johnny Bench, and I was fanning out last night. When I met the dude from Naughty by Nature, I was like, "Hey, man, I'm your biggest fan, bro. Can I take a shot?" shot with you? He's like, yeah, bro, okay. Like, security was like, get this guy out of here.
Not because I hate you. Oh, my God.
Why is this guy in his 40s running around a New Kids concert like this? Like, thank God Jess was with me.
The guy was like, security. I just saw this guy high-five Donnie Wahlberg on the set and yelled that he had a Blue Blood shirt on. Guy's got serious. Guy's a freaking 40-year-old groupie.
You know who else was there who tried to talk to us and I just ran away? You remember? Do you remember High Pitch Eric from the Howard Stern show? The guy who talks like this,
yeah.
like 400-pound maniac. He was there just walking around. Apparently, he's like obsessed with Donnie Wahlberg, and Donnie's brought him on stage before. But we're walking in to go to this restaurant, and I'm like, don't look at him, because I knew him years ago when I worked with Scott Farrell, who used to work on Howard Stern stuff.
Yeah, Scott Farrell. Scott Farrell's a Pittsburgh guy.
Oh, that's right. Great guy. One of the greatest guys.
Yeah.
Crazy voice.
Great guy. Yeah, he's got that. Who's got that?
Yeah, he talks like this.
He talks like this.
Yeah.
Case, what do you think?
Yeah, exactly. But so we're walking past, and I didn't want Eric to recognize me because he's kind of a creepy guy, and he's very disgusting, like physically. He doesn't shower and stuff. He'll tell you that. It's been diagnosed. And Jess is a germaphobe. I didn't want her anywhere near this guy. As we're walking in, we're walking into the thing.
Hey, Eric, give Jess a hug.
Yeah. And then so I just hear, hey. And I'm telling you, that's how he sounds. And Jess is like, he's talking to you. I'm like, don't pay attention. And I turn, and he goes, hey. And he's sitting on a bench. And I was like, hey. And he goes, I really like your shirt. And I was like, okay, bro. And we just ran into the restaurant. It's terrible. But that's my story from yesterday. I was basically a 47-year-old girl all day yesterday, and I loved it.
That is so awesome, dude. Yeah. And those are the only bands that were there? Was there anyone else, or that's it?
No, that was it. Well, the Naughty by Nature guy, they have I guess a sub band. They came out and played a bunch, which was really cool because he DJ'd, and they were playing like Madonna and all this stuff, and he was rapping in between it. Really good. I'm actually going to look up that band when we hang up because I want to get a couple of their songs that they were singing. But that was it, dude. And it was like 4 hours, dude. They did not stop. And then at the end, when they were going to they sing their last song, and they actually, New Kids on a Block, this was interesting, I didn't know this, their very first public performance was at the Westbury Music Hall on Long Island, because they opened for Tiffany in like 1985 or something.
Dude, I used to love Tiffany. Remember that song? Put your arms around me and we tumble to the ground and then say, I think we're alone. That one, yeah.
Well, see, last year their show, which we went to, Tiffany played, and so did Debbie Gibson.
Oh, I love Debbie Gibson.
What is going on? Our macho, we have a lot of macho fans, I think, and they're probably we're losing viewers.
I was back in the day. I was like 14.
Yeah, me too.
Who didn't like Tiffany and Debbie Gibson?
No, they're
14,
great.
15. You're like, oh yeah. I even like Rick Astley back then too.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, it's a highly recommended show. We had a very good time. And then the one last thing. Well, do you want to talk some baseball, or you just want to talk about your birthday? That's the question. That's where we're at.
Talk about. We could talk some baseball.
All right, let's talk one baseball thing that it's firing me up.
How about, yeah.
The Mariners, is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, but what about that fight?
That's what I'm saying. The fight started, but again, the Mariners have now won 8 out of 10. What did you think about that fight? When is a fight dirty, and when is it not? That's my question. How's that?
Well, that was a real fight. Usually baseball fights are guys come out and, hey, man, what's up, man? What are you doing after the game? You know what I mean? We're hugging each other. But that was a real fight. I guess, Winker didn't like getting thrown out. I get there was obviously some bad blood there already. And then
Trout got thrown. Trout had to duck a pitch at his head the night before. I was just looking at when I was paying attention. And I wasn't totally locked in, but they hate each other right now, those two teams, obviously. They're going to hate each other even more after this.
Yeah, well, I think Rendon, what was it, Rendon and Nevin were chirping at Winker. So, I don't know. There is something about that. When you're a player and, people start chirping at you, you're like, I don't know. I don't know if it should go in. Like, Winker showed some balls there. He went over by himself.
Yeah,
over to the whole dugout.
I love that.
Holy crap.
I love when guys do that.
It reminded me of Rizzo when Rizzo went into the Reds.
Yes.
Went into the Reds
dugout. Into their dugout.
I'll fight everybody.
Yep. And then what's his name from the Reds? The pitcher who used to be a basketball player went after the Pirates too. Remember, that was a couple years ago. He went after the whole dugout. I love when guys go after the dugout.
The lefty, Amir Garrett.
Yeah. Oh man.
Dude, one of the craziest Have you seen the pictures of Kyle Farnsworth recently on
Oh my God, yes.
He's so
Wait,
dude, he's
I didn't tell. I don't know if I said this on the air or if I said it to you when I was on the phone with you. Somebody tweeted, "I remember when he pile drove Sean Casey in that fight," and I wanted to respond. That wasn't Casey.
Bro, yes. Farnsworth, first off, is so big right now. He looks like he's on the gas times 10. Just a monster, you know. But good for him, dude. He looks jacked. He's going to do a bodybuilding. But anyway, dude, it was the most unbelievable thing. We were playing the Cubs in a day game when I was with the Reds, 2003. Farnsworth throws up and in on Paul Wilson, goes to bunt, and he throws up and in on him, what you're supposed to do when the guy turns. To Paul Wilson, I swear to God, all he said was, "Hey, that's a little close." Next thing you know, I've never seen a pitcher charge a hitter. He's like, "What'd you say?" I'm like, "Oh my God." We just come run out of dugout. Farnsworth picks up Paul Wilson. Stone Cold Steve Austin Goldberg plows him into the ground. Freaking mayhem, dude. We're trying to get there. We finally get Paul Wilson out from out of the bottom.
Oh my God.
He's bleeding, bro. He's got a gash in his eye all the way down his nose to his lip. I go, "Oh my God, Willie, what happened?" He's like, "Farnsworth is trying to gouge my eyeball out at the bottom of the pile." I was like, "Oh my God." That's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Those fights do get scary, Chinch.
Well, especially when you're under.
When fists start flying, they get scary.
Okay, what's your take on guy gets hit real hard in a bad spot, and then when he goes to the mound, throws his helmet at the guy? Are you okay with throwing the helmet at the guy you're about to fight or not? I've always wondered this question. I look at it
That's a great question. I initially say no, but you just threw a baseball at me.
100 miles an hour at my head.
So I'm going to throw a helmet at you about 20 miles an hour and see what happens.
Yeah.
Like the one that I loved was when Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Remember he came out to Strickland?
Yes.
And he threw the helmet, and then it was on, and that was a legit exchange.
Yeah. I love a good fight. I hate to say it. The best punch thrown in the last 20 years in a baseball game. Oh my God, the strawberry in the dugout. That is
the haymaker.
That might be. That was one of the best fights. That was one of the nastiest fights in the history of baseball. But what was I thinking of?
Odor.
Second base. Odor.
Odor.
The one move. Batista. I remember some people were saying players on Batista's team were happy to see that happen too at that point, because I don't think he was getting along with the Blue Jays.
One of the greatest 1-2-3s I've ever seen. Griffey was getting hit a ton in Cincy, right? And then, the bullpen, you could tell the bullpen was like, you know what? We need to handle this. So we were in Colorado, and Scott Sullivan, we're day game. Scott Sullivan comes set. Remember Brian Hunter, tall Brian Hunter, skinny? Mm-hmm. Great dude. Mm-hmm. Scott Sullivan hits him in the shoulder. Well, Brian Hunter comes running out, bro, and Scott Sullivan's kind of like, tough Southern dude, Alabama, So Hunter comes out. Here comes Sully. Sully hits him with a boom, boom, boom. Frick, Hunter goes down. I swear to God, I'm right there. I'm running in from first, and I'm right there. And I was like a sea of Rockies.
Oh my God!
Dude, so I'm looking at the fight. I look to my left. There's like 20 dudes 3 feet from me, bro. It's like, and I just buckled.
Oh my God!
I just went down, and then I got crushed. Like no one was like punching me, but I did get swarmed. Ugh. I'm at the bottom. My glasses break. Oh, Todd Helton's on top of me. You all right? I'm like, yeah. Why are you on? What the hell's going on here? Where are we?
That's so cool. I love that. It's so crazy. So, man. But there are some times where that helps. You don't want to tell kids to get into fights. It's a whole different thing. It's a professional job, so we're not condoning everybody
kids
fighting.
Should not get into fights.
No, exactly. never, and especially dads too. By the way, dads watching the Little League games, you don't get into fights either.
Yeah,
jerk off.
Yeah, clean it up, Dad. All the dads out there, clean it up.
Yeah, but there is something about a good fight that helps the team kind of get it together sometimes, right? You see a unity. Something.
Well, I think it's that you come together, you have each other's back. There's something about, I don't know, there's an adrenaline rush. There's a mojo that comes from it. I think you're right. I think there's something to be said about that. Yeah, because the Mariners have been playing really well since that happened.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. Yeah. Who was but is there ever a guy where you're like, hey, where were you? Where were you when we were all out there? Does that ever happen? Like when people are like hiding under the dugout because they don't want to get in the middle of the fight?
I'm sure that's happened. Yeah, I'm sure that's happened where you just see guys just standing on the outside, not doing anything. But
yeah, That's tough, man. You're
Some
always
guys
in the
don't
middle.
want-
You
some
were
guys don't-
always in the middle of every fight. In the
Dude,
middle.
I've been suspended 2 times in my career,
Yeah.
both on fights. Obviously, I got into. Adam Dunn charged one time. Carlos Silva punched him, and I punched Carlos Silva 3 games, and then the Coco Chris James Shields fight.
Oh, that was when you and
Legendary.
Euclid looked like a tandem a ski team running out. Was it you and Euclid?
Came out with Euclid, and I ended up throwing like a fake punch. It was kind of tired, and then next thing you know, I got 3 games for that too. So
What'd your mom say? What did your mom say when you would get into fights?
my mom would say, my dad would be like, my dad didn't like that I was getting in fights. What are you doing? I'm like, well, it's so different when you're there and you're in it. It's so different than when you're watching.
Yeah.
Like, if your buddies, people are going after your buddies and you're on a team, it's just, I don't know, it's just different.
It's so fast and it's so scary because
Dude,
everybody's
like that.
and
have
everybody's.
Have you ever been in a bench clear?
Dude, I was there was a fight, college baseball, Columbia University versus a Barry Bulldogs, Barry in Florida.
Yeah.
And not the nicest part of Florida at the time. The fight was so bad, the police came and one of the players on the other team was arrested. They were coming at us with bats. It was an unbelievable thing. I was a freshman, 5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing, but our catcher at the time, Travis, I'm forgetting his name. He got drafted. He was a senior. He was built like you, but he was more like 6'4". He was like he had like 3 guys on him, and he's just elbowing people in the face. He kind of kept us alive. But what happened was there was a runner on third with 1 out. Our pitcher throws a pitch, and the dude does a squeeze bunt. As he does a squeeze bunt, our catcher gets it, throws a guy. Whoever gets it, they get the guy at home plate, but the guy who did the bunt just forgot to start running, and then he was like, oh shit, and starts running to first, and our pitcher was walking off the mound, and as he's walking off the mound, they bumped into each other, but our pitcher pushed him, and so the kid keeps running, whatever, and inning over, double play, and all of a sudden we look over, and we're up against the tarp of a backdrop, a backstop in college, and all of a sudden we look, and the entire team is coming out of their dugout, and he runs down first base, takes 1 swing. My buddy ducked. But after that, it was mayhem. One of our kids, shortstop, Murph, that's what was so scary to me is when you're inside it, you can't see outside of it. You don't know who anybody is. And then all of a sudden, I somehow got out from the bottom, and I run around to the side, and our shortstop is getting kicked by 4 dudes. And I run over there, and I go, hey! And all of a sudden, they just stopped, looked up, and they started charging at me, all 4 dudes. I was about to get dead, and literally, at the exact second, my coach and their coach were like, it's over, and got in between these 4 guys and me. I swear to God, dude, I had to check my pants that I didn't pee myself. I was like, but I got so much street cred by all the seniors and juniors because I was in the middle of everything. I don't even know if I got hit, if I threw a punch or anything. It was one of the scariest moments of my life. It was really one of the scariest moments of my life because you never know where anybody is.
It's scary because I've been in a bunch of them, and they're just people are everywhere. It is scary.
Holy moly! I'll never forget that. There was a video of it years ago, and I had it, and I keep trying to find it. It was on YouTube. I got to find the right search. One day I gotta get this for you, and I'm very proud of myself in it too. I think I used to show people at the network. I'm like, look, I got in there. See,
there I am.
You know who used to get into the middle of fights when we would do research for whatever? Harold Reynolds, who is the nicest, sweetest guy in the world, and pretty much a pacifist. Every fight those Mariners teams used to get in, Harold would come out of the middle of the pile screaming and throwing haymakers. It was awesome. Yeah.
Love it, dude.
Anyway.
Hey, H has some fire in there.
Yeah, he's got fire in his belly. Anyway.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, so wait, one other big bonus thing going on. The birthday tomorrow is not only Sean Casey's, but my wife Jess's. And
that's right, me and Jess. That's why I've always loved Jess. We share the same birthday.
Yeah, and Joe McGrain. Right?
Joe McGrain.
Who else did you say?
Jose Canseco.
Wait,
Ozzy Canseco.
Yeah, good one.
My buddy John Carter, who works at the Red Sox.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to look real quick. I'm looking.
Yeah, there's some other decent people July 2nd.
Here we go. Oh,
Who else?
Why we got June here? I want July.
I think it's the real Independence Day, too. I think July 4th they celebrate. July 2nd is when it really happens.
Really?
I think so.
Why can't... Oh, here we go. Famous birthday list. Oh, you got good ones.
Who?
How about Larry David?
Oh, Larry David, yes.
You got Larry David. You have Ashley Tisdale, who I don't know, but maybe I think your daughters probably would know. Lindsay Lohan.
Okay, I knew that. Lindsay Lohan. Yeah. She's on Mean Girls.
Margot Robbie, the actress.
Oh yeah. She's on that. Isn't she in the Wolf of Wall Street?
I never saw it, but I think so.
You haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street? Check yourself. Get your shit together. You're out there dancing to Salt and Pepper, but you haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street. Get your shit together.
That's true.
You're like Rick Astley. Rick Astley, I'm right here. Johnny Walker. Hey, Chinch, have you seen Wolf of Wall Street, one of the greatest movies ever? No, I'll have to check that out. What the hell are you doing with your life?
I think I got that from my dad. One of my dad, Big Al Centromino, one of the toughest dudes around back in the day. Literally one of his favorite movies of all time is Legally Blonde. My father loves romantic comedies, and I sit there and I watch them with him. I'm like, I've seen this guy get so angry at times.
Can't Buy Me Love.
Oh, absolutely. First of all, that is a great one. That's my number one.
Movies.
That might be my number one, like 80s rom-com movies.
My buddy, the Gooch, who came in our show one time, the Gooch and I,
yeah.
We watched that like a million times growing up, and we still quote it to this day.
Oh, my God. Such a great...
Mancini, Ronald Miller, everybody.
Ronald. Oh, my God, Ronald. You shit my house. You shit my house.
You shit on my house. It's you, Kenny. It's you I got to make it right with. You shit on my house, man. You shit on my house.
I love it. Hey, you just froze, by the way. So maybe that's a sign.
You're frozen. You're frozen, too. Maybe it's time to go.
Yeah, I think it's time. Watch out. There's a bear probably pulling out your...
You're back. You're back. I have 8 million bugs around my house car right now. I'm shitting my pants.
All right, man. Enjoy the birthday, dude, and we're going to catch up next week.
Chinch.
All right, bro.
All right, tell Jess happy birthday.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good, man.
Love you,
buddy.
brother. Love you, brother. See you next week.
All right.